Hey dolls, this is Vanity. So I'm coming to you with a video to talk about different virgin hair textures. I'm going to give you all the information that I've learned thus far dealing with different companies and dealing with different textured hair, different patterns and all of that, okay? So first up, the most known texture to everyone, even if you're not wearing hair from a company and you're actually going to the beauty supply store, is Indian hair. Okay, so that's the most versatile, that's one of the most versatile, that's one of the most known. And Indian hair basically will blend with your hair. It has a very natural luster, it curls well, it straightens well, it just does just about everything. If you're getting virgin, like raw virgin Indian hair that is actually from someone's head, then it is going to be a little different. While the texture is great, it does tend to tangle for some reason. Now I would suggest a bleach bath. Now the reason why I'm saying Indian hair that's raw is because I thought it was just from the company that I got the hair from that was tangling. It was tangling a lot. And I suggested you do a bleach bath or you use silicone mix, because that makes it, for some reason, it just makes it more manageable and it doesn't tangle after you do those things. Okay, I've actually did a client's hair who bought Indian hair too, and I seen the same exact things happening that I experienced with my raw virgin Indian hair. So yeah, it curls well, it does everything, it's very versatile, it's a great texture. It's just, to me, Indian hair is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so moving on, another well-known that's when you're like branching out into going to a company to buy hair. Usually you start with the Brazilian texture because that's like the most versatile as far as, you know, companies. Like almost every company will carry Brazilian hair. Okay, now the Brazilian hair is going to blend beautifully, whether you are natural, whether you have permed hair, it doesn't matter. Like that hair blends beautifully. When buying a Brazilian texture, I would definitely opt towards the wavy, because it is way more versatile. You can curl it, you can straighten it, and you can definitely wear it wavy. As you know, if you go for a curly texture, I would definitely get a curly texture just to wear in a curly state. Okay, whenever I go for a curly texture, it's not so that I can straighten it, it's so that I can have the curl pattern that I want. So that's why you rarely ever see me buy curly hair, because I'm very or get curly hair to review. It's because I'm very picky about my curly hair patterns. I do not like the Jerry curly look. I don't, it's just like I'm really picky when it comes to curly hair. I just like a certain type of curl, a certain type of coil. So I opt towards my wavy texture. And of course, if you get it straight, there's always that thing, you know, you want to know if it's gonna hold a curl well. That's why I would say you just, to me, wavy would be the best option. Brazilian has a very it's like a medium luster, which is excellent. It's just excellent. It really doesn't tangle. If it is actual, like I haven't had Brazilian hair that tangles. Brazilian hair is just absolutely gorgeous. It blends well, it curls well, it straightens well, it waves well, it holds it holds a curl well. Yeah, your Brazilian hair is going to be the most versatile. Okay, so moving on to Peruvian. To me, Peruvian, you are going to need a perm for, because it is extremely on the high luster side, in my opinion. It's very silky, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not too much, I don't know, I've had 2 experiences with the Peruvian, and I'm not like a really big Peruvian fan like I thought I would be. I've always wanted Peruvian. Since my first time getting Brazilian, I wanted Peruvian, and the 2 times that I did have Peruvian, I mean, it was okay. It was just okay. It wasn't like the best you know, texture. It just was like blah. So it holds a curl, but it does it gets heat damage quickly. It holds a curl if you flexi rod it, but not as well when you use a curling iron or a flat iron. But I have not had it in like a wavy or a curly. So, well, I did have curly, but that company didn't give me, you know, raw Peruvian or virgin Peruvian. Their hair was definitely not virgin hair. So I can say I've had Peruvian one time actually. Because it was actually virgin hair, and that's the Peruvian that was virgin hair was from Genesis Virgin Hair. And like I said, it's just not my cup of tea, the texture. And I just wanted to try it out. I will be talking about Malaysian hair. Malaysian hair actually is the most blendable hair for African American hair, in my opinion. It has that really natural African American look. And I was really shocked because for some reason, I just thought Malaysian hair was going to be like something else. I thought it was going to be so silky, but it was the most blendable. It has that coarseness, that thickness that you need. Like, you don't need as many bundles. Malaysian hair is one of my favorite, that's one of my favorite textures as far as blending for our own hair. I am natural, but I do have a okay hair texture. So, you know, I don't know how, I know for a fact that hair would be great for natural hair, point blank period. Doesn't matter how natural you are. The Malaysian texture is excellent. It has a coarseness to it, has a thickness to it. It curls well, it straightens well. It has a beautiful wave pattern, like the ones that I've had. Has a beautiful wave pattern. I absolutely love Malaysian hair, and it has like a medium luster, and it can get high, it can get low. It's just, that's the just best for blending with African American hair, in my opinion. And moving on to the last texture I'm going to discuss, which is the texture in my hair, and this is the Filipino. This is Filipino wavy, but of course it's not like a wavy. It just has like a slight wave pattern. It is very, very natural as far as the pattern. This is my favorite texture, hands down, and it has nothing to do with, you know, oh, it's more like our hair. It has nothing to do with that. This, for me, is my favorite texture, and that's because it meets every single need, every single quality that I would like to have in hair. Now, this might differentiate depending on who the person is and what your needs and wants for virgin hair is. Now, this is my favorite hair because it will blend with my hair. It will blend, to me, this blends with, if you are perm, this would blend very, very nicely. It kind of reminds me of a yaki texture because it has so much texture. Like, you can feel it. It has so much texture. This holds a curl better than any hair that I've ever had, hands down. When I say I can curl my hair and it will be like that for weeks, I swear I mean it. The curl will be there for weeks. It might drop into a wave, but for something to last weeks, that's crazy to me. So I absolutely love this hair. It straightens well, it curls well, it does every single thing well. It has slight snags, but it's not like, it's not a tangle, so I'm okay with that. Like, the snags is okay. Since I've had this hair, which has been 3 months, I'm almost into my 4th month. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, I've had this hair for 4 months and I'm going into my 5th month. And I've only washed it about 3 times, and you would never even know that. Like, you would never even know that. The hair, it's silky, but still has texture. It's just everything I could have dreamed of in hair. This is the first hair that I've ever tried in my entire life that I didn't get tired of. So yeah, for those reasons, this is my favorite hair texture.